Honduras, Guatemala, you name it, right? Now keep in mind, once they go into this facility,
that's illegal, bro. Where are you taking these kids? That's illegal.
if you get in a traffic accident, those kids are going to get hurt.
You have a car seat.
That's illegal.
How is this Christian?
Hey, we need the police over here. They got a bunch of kids without their car seats. You're violating Texas law.
Who is this right here?
Hey,
You got no comments.
You got those children illegally.
You're about to run a human being over. Hey,
You got those children in there.
Who are you?
You got those smuggled children illegally.
Who are you? Where are you taking these
You're
children?
smuggling children.
Are you part of
You got to be legally in that vehicle.
You're not a part of this organization? Who are you? Where are you
You know you're smuggling these kids.
Where are you taking these
in
kids?
the back of there without children.
Where are you taking these kids? Sir, identify.
This is a massive smuggling.
This is literally human smuggling. These are children. Where are you taking these kids?
And now,
Sir, where are you
at the
taking
front.
these kids?
They don't even have car seats.
Sir,
They have their seatbelts
Their
on.
seatbelts aren't even on.
They
Where
break
are you
all
taking
the
these
laws.
children? Sir, identify yourself. Who are you?
Fucking hit me. I'll tell you right fucking
Who do you work for? Are you a part of this organization?
No, sure. I don't know.
So you don't know where these kids are going?
They're going to check the copy over there.
No, they came from over there. They're not being checked for COVID. So you don't know who you work for?
Call the police.
We need to call the police right now. I want to know where these kids are going.
You are violating state law. You have children.
They're not going there. You're not making any sense, sir. Identify yourself. Who are you?
Kids out of that back, man. If somebody rear ends you, those kids are going to get hurt.
Who are these kids?
I don't know, sir.
Like them down right there. Get the cops. Where did you get them from?
From the church.
From the church. Where's the church?
From one church.
Okay, so we just want to make sure that this is all good, okay, sir? I understand you're probably trying to help, at least appearing to, but you literally have a bunch of kids in here, a bunch of minors all by yourself.
Okay, the police is here. They've got kids piled in the back, no seatbelt, no anything. No seatbelt? Yeah, they're piled in the back. Okay. What's your name, sir? Do you have your ID on there? Or your driver's license? Your human smuggling's gonna stop, freak.
So you're cool with human smuggling?
Yes,
So
sir.
you don't care about Hispanics?
I'm here for
I do. I'm not in These kids are being human trafficked on a daily basis. Don't sit here. These people are being human trafficked and raped. They're being raped. They're being raped. They're being human trafficked. They're being human smuggled. How do you know? How do you know? How do I know? It's happening on a daily basis at the southern border. You're doing that? How do you know? Go to the southern border. That's the law. Yeah, all sorts of fucked up. Listen, these people do not care at all. Good. Yes, we do. How many more? Express your opinion like an American, not like an animal.
If I drove around with 3 of my kids in the back of a car, I'd get arrested.
You're scaring them yourself. You're scaring the children.
No.
You're traumatizing them.
Better than them not trying. Really?
It's horrible. This is ridiculous. This is not how you deal with children. You don't stuff them in the back of a car. What the hell's the matter with you? No car seats.
On the left.
What organization is this? I want to know who the hell this is. Stuffing kids in the back of a car without any seatbelts on. What kind of Catholic organization is this? Jesus stuffs people in the back of a car? You should be ashamed of yourselves. Every single one of you.
Vitamin mineral fusion.
Now, I showed that and asked the question, will those children really being smuggled? All right, because we know that it does happen. You know, the staff, the dude was driving them, was being very evasive, wouldn't identify himself. He lied. They called him in a lie. And, you know what I mean, the woman that was in the back, she didn't have any emotion. She wasn't saying anything. She didn't want to be there. She almost looked like she was being held against her will. That's how the face that she had on. But anyway, I'm gonna show you a little bit video of them talking about it.
about this guy who I'm about to...
And you be the judge where those children smuggle. I mean, because we know it does happen. You know, in Northern Tribe, they stop being hard-headed. You putting all your faith in Esau. He doesn't love you. He don't like you. He's using you as a political piece in the mix of money and whatever sexual deviant things he got going on, right?
To mention...
and pedophilia and all these things, but...
Back. What I heard it was even crazier once I left. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, just for the record, for people listening, because a lot of people smear Alex Jones, they slander Alex Jones, they say that he's crazy, that he's a conspiracy theorist, especially in the context of talking about children being trafficked and pedophilia and all these things. But now we literally have you, Alex. The world has seen, this isn't a QAnon theory, we ran into a human smuggler, okay, in the United States. This guy had his car packed with little kids. There was no adults in the car, by the way. They were little kids. He was packing into the back of a hatchback without any seats, not just no seatbelts, not just no car seats, no seats. And Alex, you put yourself literally in front of an automobile. This guy was trying to run you over. So anybody out there that's trying to smear Alex Jones and say, oh, he's just this crazy conspiracy theorist, Alex literally put his life on the line for these little kids because this guy was not identifying himself. He was not being honest. He was saying he wasn't a part of that Catholic organization. He was actually trying to tell us he was taking them to the COVID-19 facility, when in reality, that's where they came from. So this guy was lying to our faces. So what are we supposed to do, Alex? Just sit there and let this guy who's unidentified take
that's why the internet has blown up with this. I mean, we're talking now tens of millions of views, I'm told, on TikTok. People want action. And not violent action, but that's illegal. They're just randomly grabbing kids with no ID, shoving them in the back of a car, driving them off, and he lied to us about where they were going. We now know where they were going. It was the airport.
Airport, hotel, but it doesn't matter. This is all under the table. This is all off the record. This is not being done legitimately. This should not be taking place any way, shape, or form. And here's the point I wanted to make for the viewers. This is just one link in the chain. Okay, this starts with the criminal cartels on the Mexican side of the border. They send them over to the Border Patrol. The Border Patrol will apprehend them. They will bus them to the Donna facility or a nearby detention facility. And from there, they will send them to the COVID-19 testing facility. And from there, they will send them to this so-called Catholic charity to give the people or give the kids needs. But in reality, this so-called charity is stuffing kids into this car, Alex. It's all a part of the operation. This is not, listen, Alex, this is not just a crisis. This is a strategically planned crisis. It's very organized. It's very, very organized. And there are many, many moving parts that are taking place with the criminal cartel to the federal government, to the government itself.
That's what the Border Patrol and some of the, exactly. We don't want to get anybody in trouble, but Border Patrol, Chief of Police, you name it, we talked to them. They said, listen, this is racketeering. Biden hasn't even signed an executive order. It's not a law. This is all illegal. But we're like, where's the Texas Rangers? Where's Governor Abbott? He has a bunch of state police there. They're all there writing tickets to citizens. And it's all giant racketeering. As you said, it's all organized by the NGOs, the UN, these big leftist groups on the other side, this so-called Catholic charity. I've got it right here. She's a Democrat. Time Magazine, top 100 women liberal. She's not even Catholic. I mean, it's just incredible.
Yeah, it's tons of frauds. But
All right. I'm on a plantation, so I'm going to end it right there. Hey, but you be the judge, man. Will those children be smuggled? You know, me personally, I believe so. Just like the young Edomite was saying. You know, well, he looked Edom. I mean, he could be Mexican. I think I heard him before say he was Issachar. But anyway, were they being? Hey, man, you be the judge. Me personally, I do. You know, because that's exactly how that shit go. Cartel get them over here. Because, you know, the upper echelon, you know, of Esau, the elites, they're in cahoots with the cartel. You know, into the human smuggling game, selling them off, raping them, all of that shit, man. Some of them do come over here and become slaves and got to pay the cartel back and things like that, too. And I believe what they did catch was, you know, them doing it. Caught them in a lie. Said that they picked them up for the church. He pulled it down the street, said the church. And but they got out and went to the church that was right next to him. You know what I mean? It was very fishy. He wouldn't identify himself. You know, it was a whole bunch of things. A woman in the back, she looked as though she was being held against her will. Could have been, you know, could be me speculating, but I believe that was smuggled. Excuse me, what was going on. But anyway, hope that was edifying. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.